Oh yeah, I mean, like, welcome to the farm. This is obviously quite a messy bit. We could have tidied it up a little bit more. Maybe we will tidy it up. This is air handling, this is climate control, and then in there is the grow room. Hello, Harry.
Hello, Harry.
And then we've got this is the brains of the operation here. So this is the control panel, and all of the technology inside looks after when we water our plants, when the lights go on, when the lights go off, the water treatment, so keeping the water safe, but also providing the plants with all the nutrients they need. This is all controlled by a system that can be operated remotely. It gathers all of our data. We can do analysis on that data and improve how we grow. This is what's called the irrigation system. So this looks after the quality of our water. We've got nutrients and acid. This also makes sure it's safe from a human point of view. We have some sterilisation going on there. And then the rest of the building is, washing stuff and desks and hygiene. Right, we will go in here. So this is vertical farm, and what we do in here is we grow crops all year round for our customers. So no matter the weather outside, we're providing the best quality, the freshest produce that you can find, certainly in London, and the plants are always happy, always growing as well as they can, and provided with everything they need, no matter the season, no matter the weather. We've been operating this farm here for about 3 years now. It's the second farm that we've built, and we produce around 6 tons of fresh herbs, so whether that's basil or salad or parsley or coriander or whatever else we've got here at any one time for our customers, who are mainly restaurants and food service.
So do you want to walk us through a little bit about what the process is like?
Sure. So when we first start off, these plants here are very young basil plants. So these were planted a few days ago, and they're planted into these cubes, which are organic and totally biodegradable, made of plant matter. And so the plants are given, the seeds are given a few days to germinate, and then they're put into the system under the lights. The lights are on for a lot more than you get sunshine outside. So the plants get a lot more light than they would outdoors, especially this time of year, of course, meaning they grow a lot faster. They stay here for about 10 days, and then we take them out and we do a process called transplanting, which is when we pick the plants out and we space them out to give them more room. It's kind of how you do out in your garden when you'd raise the seedlings inside and then you take them outside and spread them out.
And do they turn into that then?
Well, this is a different plant. Okay. This is a mix of salads, and these are just sewn onto, these are just a big sort of sheet of, got a lot of water there, a big sheet of crops. So we've got sort of broadly two different amounts of crops here. We've got basil down here and salads over here. And as we kind of move down the farm, we end up with, that's a slightly older basil plant. They're kind of ready for transplanting now. And we've got some slightly older salads down here. So this is the sort of salad mix. This is ready to go out to a customer sometime in the next week by the looks of it. And this is a sort of research and development area where we try out new crop varieties, we try out new lighting spectrums. We also have computer vision cameras in here measuring the height and the shape of the plants to give us lots of data to work with. And then after some time, you end up with basil plants sort of that big.
Wow.
So you get a big old
roots and
thing of basil. You can try a bit if you want. A little leaf of very fresh basil. And that plant there is probably ready to be harvested by the looks of them without me checking, that looks like they're probably ready to be harvested tomorrow and be sent out to a customer. From when they're harvested, so in the morning, the team will come in, take the crops out into our harvesting room, take them in, cut them down, box them up. Then they're given to bicycle couriers who cycle them all over London, and they go from the farm to the kitchens in about 4 hours. So you don't really get much fresher than that. As a result, the plants taste really good. There's no waste, so everything turns up perfect. And they last ages as well. So the customers end up throwing less away. It actually means they end up buying a bit less in the long run because they're throwing less away, but we see that as a good thing. It's a good problem to have. And we've got, we've got a variety of things here. We've grown over 200 different types of crops in this farm, and so we can be very flexible on what we grow and who we grow it for. When we started the business, it was just 2 of us. It was really, really hands-on. I mean, it always is hands-on here, I think, by nature of what we do. But I was kind of doing loads and loads and loads of different jobs. I was growing all the plants, harvesting them, packaging them up, putting them in my car, driving them to customers, selling them out the boot of my car into kitchens. As the team has grown, as the company has grown, as the farm has grown, we've brought more people on with various areas of expertise. I think when we started the business, everyone was doing a little bit of everything. As the business has grown, people have become more specialised. The people we hire, their skill sets are people who have got lots of experience in certain areas that we need as we grow. My job as co-founder here, but also as Chief Scientific Officer in charge of the growing operations and the production, I split my time nowadays between a lot more business activities. So whether that's expansion into a new site, or whether that's providing the wider business with information they need around how the plants grow or different crops we're working on, but then also still coming in here and making sure that I'm around to be able to fix a pump if it breaks or stop a leak happening. Because I think with the nature of what we do, whilst it's the middle ground between sort of manufacturing and agriculture. So there's still plants at the end of the day, so they don't always behave themselves, although we do a lot to make sure they behave themselves as much as they can. But also there's just a lot of, there's a lot of pipes and a lot of water and a lot of electricity. So with that comes technical issues that need fixing, and they need fixing no matter the time of day or the day of the week, really. As the business has grown, we've become stabilised a lot more. I mean, I remember when we first built this place, we'd flood this room pretty regularly. All the water from the main tank would end up on the floor because we'd make mistakes or because a pipe wasn't sealed properly or whatever it was. But as time's gone on, this is a very stable place now. So it just works every day, 365 days a year. This is what we grow in. So these trays we reuse, we recycle them, we wash them every time they're used. We fill them with our growing medium, and then they go into the automatic seeding machine. So the tray goes in here like this when it's plugged in. Seeds go in here. This bar bends down, sucks up some seeds, spits them down the tube, moves the tray. Sucks up some seeds, spits them down the tube, moves the tray, and so on and so on and so on until the tray is pushed out the other end and it's full of seeds.
Wow.
Then we water it, wrap it up, put it in to germinate. I used to do all the seeding by hand in our old farm. This saves hours and hours and hours. It's a bit of a collector's item now. The guys that make it have all retired, so they don't make these anymore. But things like this are used in conventional agriculture all across the world, in glass houses, open field agriculture. They sometimes come in different formats. Sometimes they have big spinning drums. The fancy ones have got conveyor belts that run underneath. But this is the sort of lowest level of automation you can kind of get in a farm like this, apart from obviously all of the stuff that keeps our environment and air and water at the correct level.